what do I have to click to go? Because usually what I would have is normally I've got the headphones on in a sole production, and I'm in talk out mode, and then I come out of talk out mode. I've also got mute my microphone. So no, so that's what I need to know is like that's obviously not broadcasting now. So our chat now shouldn't be broadcasting.
One, two.
So how do we mute that? You got the mute button at some point.
One. One, two. 1, 2. 1. 1, 2.
Yeah, that's coming from that speaker there.
All right, okay.
Yeah. If you speak now,
1, 2.
so I don't know what the speaker is here.
1, 2. I'm metering on that. That's not. Right.
We can have a.
No, I know that. No, I know that.
1, 2. 1. 1. 1, 2. 2. 2.
Marek jump serving, floating, targeting Garcia-Kidd as he comes in. And with a big finish down the seam, takes the score to 2-1. Little bit of foot volley skills from Karol as he passes the ball back to Trent. Webby going back to serve. The New Zealand server blocker. They have come the hard way through the losers bracket. We are playing double elimination here in the Fireball Cardiff Open. Marek with a little bit of an errant pass and an overset from Baginski gives the third point to Trent and Mark. Mark Garcia and Trent Webby taking a little bit of a jump at the start of this second set. Having lost the first set, looking to take an early lead and push this game to 3. Mark Garcia going down the seam and brings up an ace, taking a 5-2 lead. Coming into the end switch, conditions here are very favourable today in Cardiff. Sunshine, not much breeze. There's a little bit of breeze coming from behind Mark Garcia-Kidd as he moves to the near end. You can see him kicking the sand up, just checking as they switch ends. Really important to understand what the conditions are doing with the wind. Good communication going on between Trent and Mark. Looking at a line block on Marek and a cross-court block on Karol. The 5-2 lead. Garcia-Kidd thrown in the topspin. Karol deals with it well. The line's wide open, but he hits it into the cross. Garcia-Kidd with the dig. In for the kill. The little pokey, but Karol with the scoop. But Mark Garcia-Kidd backing himself up. Gets the overpass and gets the pokey for the kill. They are looking to take this 2-3. Mark Garcia-Kidd playing with the New Zealander Trent Webby. It's great to see Mark back on the UK Beach Tour, making an impact. They have gone the long way round. This is double elimination. They got knocked into the losers bracket pretty early on by Ian and Derek. Then they're having lost in the winners bracket. They had to make their way through yesterday, beating Ollie and Dan, Connor and Conrad, and Ewan and Cole to make their way into the losers bracket round of 8. If they win this, they're in the losers bracket quarter-final. Great pass from Trent. Lovely hands from Garcia-Kidd and a lovely put away by Trent Webby for the 4-point lead. Marek and Karol yesterday had a slightly easier run. Didn't get knocked out into the losers bracket until much later on. Knocked out into the losers bracket by Sam and Jonathan, Dunbathin and Drysdale Anderson. They then had to make their way back in the losers bracket, beating Matt and Noam to make their way into this round of 8 in the losers bracket. Double elimination, very old school format, but a fantastic way to get lots of matches, especially if you get knocked into the losers bracket early on. Mark and Trent have had a lot more volleyball in their legs. Marek and Karol taking an early lead in this set, taking the first set 22-20. Marek back to serve, coming into block. Good jump spin, top right into the deep corner. Trent deals with it well, out wide from Garcia-Kidd and finds a seam between Karol and Magic. Good finish by Trent, net playing its part. But a really good vision to find the space between the two defenders. Loving the communication between Trent and Mark. You can see they're having a good understanding of what's happening, dissecting each play, putting it into the statistics book, taking each point forward and building on what they know. Again, calling the line and cross, possibly the wind determining this, and Mark going for that open line. Marek giving me a lot of space, but just going wide. Really ambitious serve by Garcia-Kidd. Way to go for it though. Just need to keep their side out going, and this set is in the bag for them. Karol with a little quick jump float, nicely taken by Trent. The net plays its part, and a fantastic finish by Trent down the line. Maybe a little bit long, not sure from the body reaction there from Mark Garcia-Kidd if it hit the line. Yeah, I think they're coming back to receive yet. So they established a 9-5 lead. Another good +1 for Mark and Trent back to serve. Looking to get that seam down the middle. Gets the net tape. Karol gets the net up to his feet. Goes for the high line, but Trent reads it. There's a high pokey by Trent. Lovely high hands from Mark Garcia-Kidd on the handset. Trent just coming in. Marek flailing in the air. Really good vision by Trent Webby for the +2 for Garcia-Kidd and Webby. Put some good top spin on the serves with the wind in his face. playing to his advantage. A little bit of an errant pass by Marek, sorry. Good dig from Garcia-Kidd. The seam is open. Hits the tags the baseline. Little bit of an argument. Karol realising that actually, yeah, it did tag the line. Brilliant serving by Trent Webby, bringing a 7-point lead as they look to take this to 3 sets. Just a little bit too much of a run, but a great +3 by Webby from the baseline. Karol and Marek, everything to do, trailing 6-12. Looking at 2 cross-court blocks. Marek, the jump float, targeting Webby, a little bit off the net. Garcia-Kidd throws it in, but Webby undercooks it, doesn't get it over the net. And Marek and Karol push back by 1, bringing the lead to just 5. Webby at the target of Marek's serve. Sets himself up. Good jump float, going for the line. But again, the wind playing its part. Needs to bring it inside as soon as the wind is catching hold of it. It's just a bit of a tailwind from the near side of our screens, pushing that ball wide down that line. Garcia-Kidd with the topspin again from the far end. Karol with the on-2, but it's all too easy for Garcia-Kidd. Coming in for the transitional point, goes off the hands, and a great play by Garcia-Kidd, bringing a 7-point lead to Garcia-Kidd and Webby as we switch ends. Every 7 points. With Garcia-Kidd and Webby leading 14-7. Trent Webby in at the net. Again, his comfortable blocking, line block against Marek, cross court against Karol. Gets the overpass, good serve from Garcia-Kidd. Can he put it away? The cheeky over on 2 by Webby. And you can see how much he loved that one. Brilliant play. Karol Baginski seeing it, but a little bit too late. Brilliant play by Webby. And what a serve from Garcia-Kidd, forcing the overpass and running the really fast play. Again, the line block on Marek, cross court on Baginski, goes to the line. Marek to his knees, but he's up. It's high on the net. Goes to the high line, but underruns it. Takes it in too early. It was almost too high for him in the position he was in. Couldn't get off the floor enough and overcooks it. And this is a huge lead for Garcia-Kidd and Webby. They have fought really hard to work their way back through the losers bracket. First time outing for these two together playing. So no surprise that they maybe would have had an early loss yesterday, but they fought really hard to get their way back into this round of the losers bracket. Double elimination means that if you lose twice, you're out. Both these teams having lost yesterday, so whoever loses today is knocked out. Whoever wins goes into the losers bracket quarter-final. Little gift from Baginski. Garcia-Kidd and Webby with a 9-point lead. We are definitely taking it to the tiebreaker in this match. Unless something terrible goes wrong and they combust, we're definitely going all the way in this match. Little topspin. Marek deals with it well. Good dig set from Baginski, but Garcia-Kidd with the J-dig on the overpass though. The little cheeky on 2 by Marek. Garcia-Kidd and Webby looking to the referee. Are you sure that was perpendicular to the shoulders? It's hard to tell. We don't get the replay from our view. Potentially Marek, as he played it, he turned to look, so we didn't get the full vision of if it was square and it came out, but the referee in the perfect position and gives it to Karol and Magic as they try to keep this respectable. The scoreline looking pretty tragic at the moment. Garcia-Kidd, great pass. Lovely high hands, a bit wide by Garcia-Kidd, but a lovely chip to the cut. Karol opening up that line defense far too early. Garcia-Kidd, great vision, making the most of that space available and brings up the lead, 18 serving 9. Garcia-Kidd Really making the most of it from the baseline. Dragged them back into the first set. They were all unlucky to not go take that first set, but they had a shaky start, got themselves back into it. And now all they're doing is just making Karol and Magic play. Don't need to do much more because they are gifting them all the errors at the moment. An end switch, 19 serving 9. 10-point lead for Garcia-Kidd and Webby. Good to see Karol and Magic keeping the communications going. No matter what happens, they want to play their way back into the second set. They definitely know they're going to 3. They may feel like it's lost. They want to hang in there, build a bit of momentum going into the third set. Garcia-Kidd gets the net touch, goes for the on-2. Trent with the block. Oh, and there's brilliant play by Karol. Finds a way through the block of Webby. But really nice work by Trent Webby at the net, getting the first block. Good aggression from Karol Baginski. Into double figures. It's always a good start. So you're trying to edge your way back into this set. Looking at calling a cross-court block on Trent Webby. Looking to target him with the serve, and they do. Gets an errant pass. It's a good dig set by Garcia-Kidd, but a little bit wide. Webby going for the slice cut. Takes it out of the sideline. And Magic and Karol edging their way back into the second set. It's exactly what you would want for this team. Had a terrible, shocking start, but looking to play their way back into it. But Baginski going for the ace with so much on the score line, trying to bring the big points up. Gifts the first set point to Webby and Garcia-Kidd. Webby for the set, goes into the bottom of the net, and there's one more side out. What can they do from the baseline by Marek to stay in this set? Got 11 serving 20, second set point, targeting Trent. Go down the line. The referee hadn't blown his whistle. We're going to get a replay on that point. Scorer having a little bit of an issue. There we go. Finally, 12 serving 20. They brought it back. Good way to bring themselves back into this set. Can they go a little bit further? Maybe take it to an end switch at 15-12. The side out here. Second set point. Trent, a little bit short pass. Takes it at Karol with the scoop. And Marek with the on-2 option, but goes wide. Trent forcing the error. And they take the second set 21-12. We are going to a decider. Hayden Lawson, the referee, brings the captains in to decide who wants what in the third set. Whoever wins the toss, I think they're going to do a ball roll, gets to choose whether they want to receive, serve, or pick the end. If you're just joining us, Marek and Karol won the first set 22-20. Mark and Trent won the second set 21-12. And we're just doing the ball toss. Garcia-Kidd winning the ball toss, and he has elected to take the far end, which is no surprise. That's a slightly better end. As for receiving, predominantly the aces have been scored at the far end with the headwind in their faces. Mark Garcia-Kidd with his new partner from New Zealand, Trent Webby. First outing together. It would be rude not to play, given that Trent Webby was in the UK, and Mark is very excited to be playing with his new partner for this tournament, the Fireball Cardiff Open. It's double elimination format, which means you have to lose twice until you're out, until you get to the semi-final. So the top 2 losers and the top 2 winners then go into a crossover semi-final and final, and that's when it's a knockout. So it's not double elimination after the top 4 teams. Not like really old school where you used to have to absolutely lose twice and you're out. Only until the semi-finals. This is a losers bracket round, both of these teams having lost yesterday. Sent into the losers bracket, Garcia-Kidd and Trent having had to work so much harder than Karol and Marek yesterday. 2 more matches under their belts. Looked a little bit shaky on the start. Dragged themselves back into the first set, but took a flying lead at the start of the second set and took it all the way to 3. So we welcome the players out at the start of the third set. Third and final deciding set to 15. Karol to serve from the near end on your screens. Jump spin to Trent Webby. Great pass, nice high hands from Garcia-Kidd, and a lovely cut finish by Trent Webby for the first point to Webby and Garcia-Kidd. Difficult to put as much pressure on the near side of the screens with the wind behind them. Trent Webby dealing with it well. Garcia-Kidd looking to throw the top spin. Good heavy spin, goes for the deep corner. Frustrated at himself, goes long, knows that he didn't maximise the wind condition. Going for his serve. Levels the score, 1-1. Marek, jump float. Moving into block. Still targeting Webby. Been the predominant service reception. And that's another lovely cross-court shot by Trent Webby. Playing it inside out. Really difficult to read. Throwing his hand at that ball at the very last second. Karol Baginski nowhere. Not even moving. Not even getting his feet going towards that ball. This is really good side out by Trent Webby. Trent having to work really hard from the baseline, coming into block, throwing the top spin into the top of the net. Frustrating times for Garcia-Kidd and Webby. Back-to-back service errors, gifting the 2-2. One more point before the end switch. It's a good serve, questioning, but well dealt with by Webby. And there's that over cross court again. Karol Baginski hanging on to the seam of Marek's block. Knowing that that's his favourite shot, gets the lean, gets the read, starts moving in the right direction. But Webby's side out play over that cross court block, far too clinical. It's a good read by Baginski, but just not good enough. Brings up the 3-2 lead for Garcia-Kidd and Webby as we go to the end switch. Garcia-Kidd throwing the top spin. Switches it up, going to Baginski. It's a high set. There's an easy read for Garcia-Kidd. Great block defense work. And what a finish by Garcia-Kidd. The lovely cross-court shot coming in straight, pronating outside of his body, and a brilliant pickup by Garcia-Kidd. You can see he loved that one. Really nice defensive work by Webby and Garcia-Kidd. You can see they were offering up that line. Garcia-Kidd moving into it late, and the roll shot too easy. Gift and taken by Garcia-Kidd. And again, going for Baginski again, mixing it up. And there's Baginski coming in with the heat. Gets off the hands of Webby and gets their side out. But a little +1 taken by Garcia-Kidd from the baseline. A little bit of confusion as to who's to serve. Marek back to the baseline, coming in to block. Both these teams have predominantly been targeting the server blocker, putting the lion's share of the load on the person that's having to take the hardest work. And what a finish by Webby. Down the line. The line was offered up. He could sense where Marek was on the block. The line was open. He hit it hard and fast, and Baginski taking it too late. Good heat by Trent Webby, bringing up the 2-point lead, 5 serving 3. Line blocks called by Garcia-Kidd. Webby with a topspin serve, targeting the middle, gets the ace! And both Karol and Marek looking at each other. Karol, that was his ball, but it came across the service reception zone of Marek, getting that little twitch. Exactly what Webby's looking for when he serves down that middle. Line blocks called again by Garcia-Kidd. But again, an error, but they'll take the +1. It's always worth it. The risk reward brings up an end switch. 6-4 serving 6 as Karol and Marek come to the near side of your screens. Looking a little defeated after that second set. They haven't buoyed back. The body language isn't as positive as it was in the first set. Need to find a little bit of magic. Make the most out of each transitional play. Looking for the middle serve himself, and Baginski gets the error, the shank play. But again, they're not looking too happy about it. Maybe a little bit of fatigue creeping in to Karol and Marek's play. Again, looking for the service down the middle, goes for the cheeky line, but goes a little bit wide. Ambitious serve. Love the idea. They got the +1, but still a 2-point lead for Garcia-Kidd and Webby. Mark, the elder statesman of English volleyball, taking his time. Don't need to rush. Keeping the focus. Going for the topspin. Just a little bit long. Great dodgeball by Marek. Wasn't sure if he'd managed to make the right decision, but a really good lead by Marek. Very ambitious serve by Garcia-Kidd. We've got 4 called on Trent, so they're jumping in to the cross-court block. Karol looking like he's holding the line. And there we go. They've tempted him. They sucked it in, but Karol not making the drive enough. Frustrated at himself. They did all the hard work. They set up the play. Marek forcing him down that line. But Karol, you can see the frustration is real. It's almost like you don't believe that it's going to be going that way and you hold back too long. Really good finish by Trent, bringing up the 2-point lead. As we've got 1 more point before the end switch. If body language were a sign, you think that Trent and Mark have already got this game in the bag. But a great pass by Karol. The on-2 option. What great high hands! But into the net, and Trent cannot rescue that set. But that was a good defensive position by Garcia-Kidd. They're playing well. They're reading Karol and Magic. The balls are being driven into their hands. Just need to concentrate on that transition and conversion. End switch, 7 serving 8. Karol Baginski from the baseline. Thrown up with spin, goes to the top spin. Trent with a great pass in. Garcia-Kidd, good high hands, and there's that high overcross by Trent. At this point, with the ratio and the scores and the statistics of Trent's cross-court shot, you would imagine that Marek and Karol might switch their blocks up, but they are sticking to their guns with the cross-court block. Trent not being sucked in and hitting that line shot. This time sticks to his cross-court with a really nice side out. Garcia-Kidd this time with the jump float. Little tight pass. It's a good set, but it's overset. Trent not with the kill. They're off the net, and Karol with the error. That's a good pull by Trent. Understood that Karol was not in a position to hit it high off his hands and make an impact on the block. Made that pull, and that pull sometimes is all you need to distract the attacker. Good defensive work by Trent Webby at the net. Again, Garcia-Kidd, the jump float, making them play. Tight pass, it's high. Garcia-Kidd with the stab. Can they get the second touch? Oh, unlucky. Good wheels by Trent Webby. But the damage has been done by Garcia-Kidd and Webby. They've got their +1 back again, and they're establishing their 2-point lead. They can side out their way through to the end of this match. Webby receiving all the traffic You'd think at this point, potentially, Marek and Karol might flip where they serve. Garcia-Kidd hasn't seen much of the ball. Or they might flip their defence and look at a line defence on Webby. What will happen? Yeah, they flip it on Garcia-Kidd. It's a good pass, though. Well dealt with. And Garcia-Kidd comes with the seam kill. Oh, my goodness me. The crowd loved that one. What a finish. And that's no reason why they've been keeping the ball away from Garcia-Kidd. The hands of Trent Webby, the pass quality of Garcia-Kidd. What a finish. It was good to mix it up. They had to try and do something different. With trailing by 2, needed a bit more service pressure. Mark taking that ball far too easily, bringing up another 3-point lead for Trent and Mark. Line blocks called. Trent from the baseline. Goes to the jump, top spin, but goes long, easily left by Karol. There's a lot of fatigue in these teams. A lot of volleyball being played by them yesterday. This is their first match on Sunday morning. Garcia-Kidd and Webby. 2 more games under their belt yesterday. But they aren't looking like it. They're looking pretty sharp on their side out. Karol going for a serve, but again, Garcia-Kidd. Brilliant pass. Oh, and well seen by Garcia-Kidd. Marek making the late pull with the giraffe backwards pedal. But Garcia-Kidd with a little jumbo out of reach. Really nicely finished by Garcia-Kidd. He hasn't seen a lot of service traffic. It's a good idea to mix it up. But Garcia-Kidd responding well. If you're just joining us, this is the 3rd set in the losers bracket round knockout. 1 set all, 12 serving 9. Garcia-Kidd put it on Marek. Marek takes a good long look and a high line. Garcia-Kidd looking for the let ball. Ball coming onto court, but the referee having none of it. And that's a good side out for Marek and Karol. 10 serving 12. But they've got to do some damage from the baseline. Last 2 balls have gone to Garcia-Kidd. They've mixed it up. Will they go back to Webby? Line block on both players. They go back to Webby. And he does a bit of dodgeball. Leaves that. You can see by the celebrations, he's happy about that one. 13 serving 10. 2 points away from making their way into the losers bracket quarterfinals here in the Fireball Cardiff Open. Marek with the overpass. Oh, and Webby goes long. Did all the damage from the baseline, got the overpass, and you can see the relief, the smiles. This could be exactly what they need at this moment. They've looked pretty intense and very serious, which no mean thing, but if you're not playing well, you can sometimes just need to shake it off. It's nice to see the smiles. Can they do some damage from the baseline? 11 serving 13. You've got to serve Webby after that error, surely. Down the middle, Webby takes it. It's a little bit of a hurry-up pass. Oh, and gets the hands of Marek and goes out. What a good tool by Webby, bringing up 3 set points as we go into the end switch. 14 serving 11. Mark Garcia-Kidd been very dominant from the baseline with the ball. This is the rotation that they would want at this point. 14 serving 11. Go to Baginski. Good pass. Good hands. Baginski into the block. Webby, they've recycled it. Marek, can he put it away? No, he can't. And Garcia-Kidd and Webby take the set 15-11 and take the match 2 sets to 1. Congratulations to Mark Garcia-Kidd and Trent Webby as they advance into the losers quarter-final. Commiserations to Marek and Karol. A hard-fought contest, but just not enough in the tank at the end of the day. And great resilience shown by Garcia-Kidd and Webby, coming back from losing that first set 22-20 to take the next sets 21-12, 15-11 to advance into the losers bracket quarterfinal. Denise Austin here with you today in the Fireball Cardiff Open. Stay with us all day. We've got live coverage from Centre Court. bringing you all the live action from the Cardiff Fireball Open.